Hey guys, this is Peter, and about a week ago I told you that, well, Terrarium, a well-loved streaming application, was calling it quits. And immediately the internet was abuzz with a new patch that was available, and lots of YouTubers were hosting it on their sites, and I just couldn't find the source of this thing, so I told my group to hold off. You know, it's not worth it to just jump on this bandwagon. It wasn't making a lot of sense to me. You know, Nitro, the guy who is responsible for Trojan TV, has been hiding out for months under a lot of pressure from the authorities. Obviously, has multiple lawsuits against him, and I couldn't see him coming out with a patch. So where did this patch come from, and why would they do such a thing? Well, it turns out now it's posting messages that say it's tracking your IP and that they can turn it over. And in fact, here it is on Torrent Freak. They're saying that they've spoken to Nitro and that he said that he'll hand over this stuff. Now, I think this is a bunch of fear and uncertainty and doubt, a bunch of FUD. So I'd love to say, hey, you didn't listen and now you're in deep trouble, but I really don't think you are. I mean, why would he turn over these logs? By turning over the logs, he'd basically be convicting himself of every single count of distribution. Now, you're only a streamer. You just watch the video. So we don't even use torrenting, apps. So we're not distributing, we're not copying, we're just viewing. And there's not really a law against that. So I would get rid of the app. I would get rid of the patch. I would delete it and call it a day. If you hadn't run a VPN, I don't think it's a big deal. You know, thanks to Ajit Pai and the FCC getting rid of net neutrality, your internet service provider can already tell all the things that you're streaming, regardless of where it's coming from, because they can tell stream data, they can look at packet headers, they can tell what server it's coming from, they can log all this stuff now. So they don't even need Terrarium's help if they don't want it. They could actually tell every single movie that you watch. If your subtitles are kicking in, whether you're on Terrarium or Kodi, it means that that header information contained enough data about the series and episode and season that you were watching to marry up subtitles. So not only do they know what show you were watching, they could even tell you were watching it in 720p. So I don't think they need logs. I think this is a bunch of scare tactics just to get everyone to say, oh my gosh, I'm never going to stream again. Well, I don't think it's that severe. After all, he was a distributor, you're only a viewer. I'd stay away from Popcorn Time, I'd stay away from Showbox. Those are torrenting. And the difference is, when you're torrenting and watching a program over a torrenting app, you're seeding or distributing while you're watching it. So even though it's a fixed portion of time and you're not even uploading a single copy of it, there's little pieces of it going all over the place, and I'd even stay away from that. But there you go, guys. Another scare tactic, and I'm glad we stayed away from it because well, as it turns out, it was a bit fishy. And but we stayed away from it, and if you haven't, don't worry about it, just get rid of it. And hey, go to the YouTuber that told you, gave it to you from their site, and give them a piece of your mind because they didn't watch out for you. We've been around long enough to know what smells fishy and what doesn't. We have enough experience to look at the calendar and see if it's the beginning of April. So, but this is not the case. I wouldn't worry too much about the warnings. I would just delete the app and soldier on. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Give this thumbs up, and if you haven't, tick that little bell icon and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Talk to you soon.